Cynopsis in your ear.
Good morning, I'm Trish Pahanik for Cynopsis. It's Wednesday, April 26, 2006, and this is your first early morning briefing. Here is today's top stories. Anticipated news from the White House this morning is the appointment of Fox News anchor Tony Snow as press secretary. Tony was a presidential speechwriter for the first President Bush, and he will be replacing Scott McClellan, who announced last week he'd be stepping down after 3 years. Other news concerning the White House is that it announced yesterday that President Bush intends to nominate Kevin J. Martin to a second 5-year term as chairman of the Federal Communications Commission. His current term expires in June, and the new appointment will take this through June 30th, 2011. Following Martin's appointment, he will be redesignated as chairman of FCC, the role he currently holds, and Martin spoke with the National Association of Broadcasters yesterday and, among other things, says he believes the current FCC indecency regulations are very clear, and he supports the recent fines levied upon broadcasters by the FCC to the tune of $3 million. Well, maybe I haven't said this before, but if you had a promo or a commercial in this daily podcast, it would go right about here. Coming up on your more good stuff today, NBC orders up 1 versus 100 from Endemol USA. Sci Fi Channel's orders up Motel Man for December launch. CMT new series Unsung Heroes kicks off next month, and another lawsuit, this one centered on South Beach. And while I'm telling you about all this stuff today, take a look at these beautiful shots provided to us from National Geographic's Digital Motion Library. Well, coming across the pond from Endemol USA is 1 versus 100, which is a game show where a contestant who correctly answers a series of trivia questions could win up to $3 million, according to Variety. Picked up by NBC, the series is from the same folks who bring you Deal or No Deal and uses some of the game show devices, including being given a choice of taking your winnings and leaving the table at any time. No word yet on who Endemol and NBC will name as hosts, but that piece, of course, is critical to any game show's success. Who would you put in? The list of who not to put in is obviously easier. Well, it seems like we get a lot of programs imported from the UK. Well, it's our turn to share one of ours. The Book of Daniel, the drama about an Episcopalian priest that stirred up controversy here and aired only 4 times on NBC, has been purchased for broadcast in the UK by ITV4 and will begin airing on May 2nd. It will reach 45 million viewers throughout the UK, Ireland, Scotland, and other European countries. Maybe it will break its record and air at least 5 times there. Sci Fi Channel will have their upfront presentation today in New York City, and among their announcements is a new series called Motel Man. It's from Lionsgate Television, set to launch in December. At the center is a detective who finds an innocuous motel room key, which when used opens portals to alternative dimensions. Wow. More from Sci Fi in tomorrow's edition following their presentation today. CMT will debut its new series, Unsung Stories, on May 19th at 10 p.m. In this series, extraordinary headline news will be brought to life by country music songwriters, stories about heroes, friendship, and family. Produced by Kevin Dill and Michelle Collins, the series begins with the songwriting duo Keith Anderson and Jeffrey Steele and their song Pickin' Wild Flowers about a developmentally challenged high school football player who scores a touchdown and touches the hearts of all in his Ohio town. Broadband Enterprises has partnered with Honda and branded content producer Soren Entertainment to create Cube Fabulous, a short-form episodic series available online beginning May 15th. Cube Fabulous, described as a cross between MySpace.com and The Office, will target young, tech-savvy first-time car buyers and be available across Broadband Enterprises' affiliate network of 500 websites. Honda will debut its new 5-door hatchback, the Fit, in the series. Well, a lawsuit has been filed in the New York courts naming UPN, CBS Television, Viacom Networks, and Jennifer Lopez production company, Nuyorican Productions, claiming the canceled UPN series South Beach was a ripoff of the plaintiff's script. Jack Bunick says his agent submitted his script titled South Beach, Miami to UPN in 2000, but never received a response from the network. According to court papers, Bunick claims the similarities between the two projects are obvious. The central characters move from Brooklyn to Miami, get themselves involved in the nightclub scene, and it becomes a classic fish out of water scenario. In addition to monetary damages, Bunick is seeking an injunction to prevent the series South Beach from airing again. Cartoon Network and Viz Media have partnered to launch Toonami Jetstream, a new free broadband service that will offer on-demand full-length streaming episodes of anime and action series. Toonami Jetstream is slated to launch July 17th and will include Cartoon Network series including Samurai Jack, as well as series not currently airing in the U.S. An extension of Cartoon Network's Saturday night Toonami action/adventure programming block, Toonami Jetstream is advertiser supported. Well, the Senior Bowl is not a football game played by the over-the-hill retired football players. Thank goodness, that would be kind of icky with the potential for broken hips and all. Rather, it's a college all-star game that will be carried on the NFL Network a week before the Super Bowl. The game is played in Mobile, Alabama, and feature NFL hopefuls and prospects being coached by NFL coaching staffs. The practices will also be carried on the NFL in the week before the big game. Well, moving along, here are the rating summary for Monday night according to live plus same-day ratings from Nielsen Media Research. Fox won Monday night by 1/10 of a point at a 4.312, adult 18 to 49. NBC's Deal or No Deal at 8 o'clock was ahead of the pack with a 4.814. And at 9 o'clock, Fox ignited to first place with 24 and a 5.113. Then at 10 p.m., CBS took the hour with CSI Miami and a 6.016. Today's trivia question: in the 1988 film Working Girl, I love that movie, Tess McGill's co-workers set her up with a potential new boss. What actor portrays Bob, the crazy boss in the limousine? And that's going to do it for today. Be sure to check your email for the full printed version of today's synopsis, what's the new executive moves, more on ratings, a few new classified ads, a few of the stories that didn't make it into today's podcast, and don't miss tonight's primetime broadcast lineup. For Cynthia Turner, who wrote and compiled Synopsis, I'm Trish Pahanig with the podcast version of Synopsis in your ear.